What is up, guys? You already know who it is. It's Attack of the Games, and if you're watching this video, then you already know that the Bethesda press conference just ended. Sorry if I'm not really hyped right now. It's like literally 12:41 right now. I'm over at the East Coast, so I am really tired, but I am really determined to get this vid uploaded and upload those trailers that we just saw. So before we get into this review slash recap, thank you guys for subscribing to me. Just hit 99 subs, and right now my phone says I got a new follower on Twitter, so thank you, Black Shell Media, if you haven't watched this video. Number 2, of course, notifications. Please hit that so you know when I'm uploading. And if you're brand new to the channel and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Now, starting off with the show, we obviously, of course, get an introduction as to what we're watching. So what Bethesda decided to do for their introduction to the showcase is they took some of their employees' kids, you know, children, sons and daughters, and they interviewed them, asking them what their parent does. You know, some said something funny, of course, and then they talked to the employees themselves, and, you know, they told us what they did, and pretty much we get a sense that these are normal people working amazing jobs. You know, it's a dream job to be working as a game developer, and I can completely and honestly agree. Making games is magical. It's an art, and it is so, I wouldn't even say underrated, because it's getting the attention it deserves. So this is pretty much a thank you slash shout out to all the game developers that spent countless hours and nights and holidays and weekends to make the games that we play. So thank you guys. We love you. You're the best. And then after that introduction, of course, they move on to the show, and we're treated into this cinematics called Bethesda Land. And pretty much for the remainder of the whole show, which was like 30 minutes, which is really quick, by the way. Bethesda Land pretty much takes us around the rides and amusement parks, and pretty much shows us the games that we're going to be getting completely this year. And actually, they even said themselves that every game that we see is going to be out by this year, so that's a good thing. First off, we get 2 VR games, Doom and Fallout 4, and it's not even like a demo or a cut-off section of it's the actual full games, both of them. You know, you get to play Fallout 4 story in VR and Doom's story in VR, so that's actually pretty cool and interesting. Of course, we don't know if it's going to be for Oculus or Vive or both, and price, or if you have the games, is it already integrated into it? We don't know that yet. We'll probably find out more this weekend. And then after that, we moved on to Elder Scrolls Online. Nothing more than, if you didn't already know, 10 million players. They got more DLC on the way after their Morrowind DLC just dropped, so nothing really too much about that. And then they move on to Creation Club. It's pretty much a modders forum club, something like that. I really wasn't too interested in that. So now we're gonna move on to the card game Elder Scrolls Legends, more DLC, you know. And it's also coming to iOS and Android, so it's probably gonna try to take on games like Hearthstone and Gwent cards from The Witcher, so something like that. And then moving on, number 6, obviously we already knew this, but Skyrim has been shown for Nintendo Switch, and we get a little in-game Link outfit with him wearing the tonic blue shirt and, of course, the Hyrule shield. Looks pretty cool. And we also see at one point in the demo slash trailer that you can actually fling the bow at the dragon like it's a Wii controller, so that's actually pretty cool. And then moving on from that, we have Dishonored 2 DLC, you know, another thing that we predicted mostly. And then another thing is they talked about Quake Champions and how Quake redefined first-person shooters, competitive shooters, back in '96, and they're hosting this whole world tournament down over at QuakeCon, and pretty much whoever wins gets $1 million. And BJ Blazkowicz from the Wolfenstein games is pretty much in-game character. Is probably going to be pre-order reward. So it's obviously convenient that he's in Quake. Well, not really, seeing how as they actually did confirm a new Wolfenstein game, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But pretty much after Quake Champions, then they moved on to The Evil Within 2. A really lengthy trailer at best. So it was really weird. Pretty much, I think it's a new character this time around. I never really played the first game. It's just pretty much this guy. He goes into this weird pudding-like pit. He's trying to find his daughter, or his daughter's dead, or something like that. So I don't know, but the monsters look pretty creepy, and it has I don't know why, but for me, it felt like it had The Last of Us vibes. It has like The Last of Us vibes and Resident Evil vibes. So I don't know. I might pick it up this time around. And then I'm moving on from that. That is when Wolfenstein, I wouldn't say completely steal the show, because for me the show was mellowed out, but we finally get a confirmation that there is a second Wolfenstein game. It's going to be called The New Colossus. Although, if people already knew about it because there was a leak on Target or Amazon, those damn Amazonians. But yes, we'd be playing as BJ Blauschwitz once again. I want to know how he survived that whole nuke after, you know, that confrontation from the first game's ending. I would really like to know, but you know, obviously he has more scars on his body, and from the trailer we see he wakes up in a submarine filled with dead Germans, and I can't wait. The game looks crazy, and it's crazy because now we're going to America. We're going to take the fight to the Nazis to America in this sort of late 40s and early 50s vibe America, which is pretty interesting. You know, the first beginning in the trailer, we actually see some KKK men getting or I wouldn't say arrested, I would say they were getting their hands shaked by the Nazis. So this game is definitely gonna have my blood boiling, because the first game made me want to kill Nazis so bad. And the way that they portrayed their characters and the story about how much despair is in the new world that is pretty much Nazi ruled, it's just amazing. So I cannot wait. So, you know, with all those said, that's pretty much what most of the games were. It's time for the review. I knew from the start, way before, that Bethesda's press conference was going to be lackluster, only because they already released all the big games from last year and the year before that, so there wasn't really much to it, except Wolfenstein and, you know, The Evil Within 2, and those two VR games. So, I could say honestly that I'm okay with this. You know, this, out of the press conferences that we had this weekend, I could easily say that this ranks down ranks down to third, and this is probably going to be, by the end of the week, after, you know, the Ubisoft, the PlayStation press conference, is probably going to be really down below. You know, I'm waiting for the Ubisoft press conference, because whether or not it's going to be Aisha Tyler, it's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that. So yeah, I would, if I had to rate it, I would say 7.5. I was gonna give it a 6.5, but it's only because the press conference was really short and I'm really tired, so I didn't want to go dragging on until like 1 o'clock or 1:30 for this press conference. So thank you, Bethesda, for that. And that's it for this vid, guys. Thank you for watching, enjoying. Officially, we are done with day 2. If you haven't watched my Microsoft review and recap, go watch that. Spent like 20 minutes talking about everything that we had seen in that press conference, and it was quite a lot. So I'd appreciate it if you watch that. Hope you guys have a great night, and of course, peace out.